Hello! Welcome to my YouTube channel! I'm starting this channel because I decided I wanted to share my journey with you and path. I think my journey started about 10 years ago. I was doing a multimedia course and I decided during that time that I wanted to start discovering a bit more about video games and how to make them. In the meanwhile, I decided to go to university and I continued to study how performance in the time at Beyond Two Souls, the game that was coming out.
Tell them to leave me the fuck alone, because next time, I'll kill everyone.
How the performance was like enhancing the gameplay and the experiences we're seeing as players. I really love that. And after a while, I just realized that actually I was studying video games, not performance, and actually wanted to know more about video games and the other side of it. Then I decided to take a course in video games design because I knew nothing by then. I knew a bit of programming, a little bit about multimedia, but I wanted to put my skills into work, fully into game development, and I needed somewhere to start. During 3 years, I studied everything about making games pretty much from an academic perspective. I made a few prototypes, had the chance to meet a lot of amazing people that nowadays work in video games and others that not. The situation in Portugal at the time was a bit rough, so I decided I wanted to go on a journey abroad and continue to expand my knowledge and try to get a job in the video games industry, which at the time was very, very hard. I know right now things are still hard, but they're more approachable. There's a lot of industry events, there's a lot of people on LinkedIn, recruiters that you can reach out to, and that facilitates things a lot. So that's when I decided to move to the UK, where I live today, and did a master's in video games enterprise production and design, which made me land a job in the video games industry.
Okay, so today I will be talking about Studio Jam that we run at Lab 42, and specifically about how to empower your team through creativity.
So I was at Lab 42 Games for approximately 4 years. With them, I worked in a lot of different video games, since Human Fall Flat to World of Fishing Tour. I worked on Call of Duty Vanguard and a lot of other titles that you can check on my website. I had a very stable job, a very steady income coming in every month. My career was kind of going very well in the production part of video games, but I just felt on a very intimate level that that wasn't the right path for me. Another reason for why I left my job is because I think nowadays the way society is going, it's very boxing. It's very trying to put us all in our little corners and making sure we're working in that line of expertise, which I do understand. At the same time, I feel like we as human beings also have more necessities, and I feel like we are way more than the producer, the QA, or whatever is your line of work, like a teacher, whatever you are. We are so much more than what we do for our jobs, right? I even a while back started going away from the hi, I'm Inez and I'm a producer. No, it's more like hi, I'm Inez and I work as a producer, because I realized that we are all so tied to our jobs that sometimes we forget who we are. And one of the things I really want to make, or that I wanted to always make, was a YouTube channel. I always had a big communication necessity. I always wanted to share with my peers, and I thought a YouTube channel and a podcast would be a nice way to do it. Wink, wink. Yes, you were correctly. A podcast! So yeah, subscribe and put the ring on for you to know when updates are coming. The reality is that I always wanted to chase games for social impact and try to understand how sellable games and, very high marketed games like The Last of Us and other series, how do they make their games reach so many people and make loads of us just consider stuff in our life or see things from a different perspective. And I want to chase more of that line in my work, so that's why I decided to change. Does that mean that I'm gonna join a big AAA company? Right now, I don't know. I think that sometimes in our lives it's good to stop, take a step back and reanalyze where we are. What I do know is that I want to work closer with a creative, and this YouTube channel is a big part of it. On this channel, I'll post video updates on my journey. If I found a job, if I'm working on an indie title, you'll know all about it. Also on this channel, you'll have some development logs of like, what am I doing in terms of video games development, and also other things that I might be doing. As you might or might not know, I'm also a Women in Games ambassador, and this year I also applied for a Safe in Our World ambassador, which I'm waiting for the reply for, and I really hope it goes forward. Why do I defend these causes? Because I think that there's still a lot of imbalance in the video games industry, and I want to be able to support people more closely and be closer to the communities and try to support them the best I can. Other things to expect from the channel. I will be doing a lot of educational content about the video games industry, about how producers work, because that was my main area of expertise when I was working there. But I'm also going to share some tactics that you can apply on your day-to-day from a project management perspective, and how can you make your teams more involved. I will also be talking about being safe in the workplace and how to harvest and foster a safe environment for your team. Be the best at work every day. How can you support me as of now? You can go to my Patreon, or you can buy me a coffee. Things that I need from you on that side that are still here at the end of the video with me. Can you leave on the comments any questions you might have, or topics or themes for videos? I will really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to do some Q&A where people literally send me questions about the video games industry, working as a producer, working on some of the titles I've worked on, and I'm gonna try to answer as candidly as I can. Of course, there exists like some NDAs, so there's stuff I might not go into, but I'll try to put as much out as I can. You can also follow me on Instagram at HeyLittleLizard. This little lizard is my gamer name, so sometimes you might expect some content react to video games that I'm playing at that time, or how I think they are impacting the video games industry, or the way I think. But I can also do research and do like some informed content on video games, and again, their impacts based on that kind of research. But yeah, thank you so much for staying with me until the end of the video, and see you on the next one. Bye!